Who would have thought that such marvels of architecture one day will be forgotten? But the magic remains, and these places, who like a time machine transfer us to an old age, still remind us that beauty truly exists. Hello and welcome to Forgotten Places. This is your host, Left, and today we're taking a walk to one of these stunning English churches just on the outskirts of London. This church, as you may have guessed, is dedicated to the Holy Trinity. A beauty in its own right, this building was erected between 1896 and 1898 and is the fourth and final version of a church dedicated to the Holy Trinity in the area of Roehampton. Unfortunately, nothing remains of the previous three renditions. The architecture would be considered as Gothic revival with early English elements. There's a fantastic three-level stone needle spire and a combination of arch and lancet-style windows. A heavy and robust stone structure that stands proud through time. Sometimes it's funny to think how many hands have touched these very walls and how many conversations have taken place just right where I stand. Being so close to such imposing edifice and looking up, it can truly make somebody feel small or fill him with wonder and amazement. We are now walking towards the back of the church. Although segments of it are looking slightly worn out, I personally believe that this is also part of the beauty. With Roehampton being located between three very large green areas, Richmond Park, Putney Heath and Wimbledon Common, you will probably notice the thick and leafy vegetation of the area, only adding more beauty to the picture. Today, we have been quite lucky with the weather, and as you probably know, in the UK this is probably a reason to take your camera and explore. Wouldn't reject a pine or two, but that's for after the exploration. We made our way to the back of the church, and before I forget, I need to give credits to the great architect George Fellows Brine, a British gentleman with a fine and stylish moustache. I can really admire these Gothic style windows for hours, but we're slowly going to make our way back, but from the other side. Just for the history of it, in 1617, Roehampton included just 33 houses, containing the two inns, King's Head and Angel, which are still in use today, almost 4 centuries later. As I mentioned earlier, the church uses Corsham stone, which is a fine-grained stone from Bath. Walking backwards and staring at the wall of the building is quite dangerous, but at the same time you will notice the stone tablet on the left, proudly reminding you the date that this church was consecrated. The spire, or belfry, rises 230 feet, and this really strikes me, especially thinking about the technological limitations that builders were facing back then. Truly a sensational building, worth at least one day of exploring. Thank you.